Hi, I'm Tom Hoffman with One-to-One Media, and we're privileged to have with us today Sebastian, who's Manager of Member Research and Strategy at the Navy Federal Credit Union, which has been named this year's Gold Award winner for the growth category represented in the Gartner One-to-One Media CRM Excellence Awards. Annie, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks so much, Tom. Happy to be here.
Also joining us is Hadj Taieb, who's Vice President of Professional Services with Infor, which has helped the Navy Federal Credit Union through this transition. Anis, thanks so much.
Thank you, Tom.
So one of the components of the growth strategy in the Navy Federal Credit Union's Above and Beyond program, as you know, has been centered around this transition of making the best use of each interaction with every member within the credit union. And as part of that, I wanted to ask, this includes having contact center agents fulfilling more of a sales role than what they've been accustomed to. Can you talk a little bit about how you went about that transition, first in terms of making people comfortable in that type of role and how you brought that to fruition?
Sure. And again, thank you so much for this award. It really was a long process of bringing them all together at the beginning and getting a lot of enterprise support, and we probably spent at least 9 months just preparing them for what was coming and sharing with them the reasons why we were doing this. And it really is more about a service than a sales, and so we've asked them to really be kind of our member advocates. And so what we see it as, we're giving them the tools to give the member something that they may not know that they need, and to talk to them in a way that isn't just selling something, but converting them into a deeper relationship with Navy Federal that helps them and helps us. And so really by focusing on what's best for the member, they really bought into it, because they see that they're not just hitting a quota so that Navy Federal succeeds. They see the impact on the members, that they're able to be more successful with their finances, and that it's really a win-win for both of us.
That's great. Now, for people who have not yet read our article about, our case study about the successes that you've had, can you tell us a little bit about how this benefits members? What do they get out of it?
Well, so one of the things is we're not just focused on kind of acquisition of products. How we've done it with Infor as our provider of the background software, so we give the agents 5 offers to select from, and they can vary from something like get a credit card or get a mortgage, but also renew your CD at this type of rate. And so it has kind of a broad spectrum that really engages with them and gets them to benefit from all that Navy Federal has to offer.
Okay, great.
I think related to this topic, I think one important thing that the Navy Federal did, and that we find it very different from many other financial institutions, is they not only focused on cross-sell or upsell or things like that, but they also spend lots of time thinking about what other additional services can they give to their members to improve their relationship. So the relationship between the Navy Credit Union and its members was really key throughout this whole process. It wasn't just about adding sales, but it was also by tightening their relationship. And I think that was a critical key success factor for this project.
Yeah, and so that's one of the things is we definitely started in the contact center, but it was so successful. I mean, they got it, they felt like they were really a member advocate, and so we have a lot of traffic in our branches as well. We have 180 worldwide, and they said, well, we want a part of this too. We want to help be there for the members, and if anything, those are some of our strongest relationship centers. And so since we fully rolled out the contact center, we've also done all of our branches as well as our web, which really gives an integrated experience. So that way we're not offering them the same thing over and over again, and we can learn from those interactions to make it really more member-centric and more appropriate, a more appropriate conversation.
Okay.
But I think, as you know, I mean, with our experience with many customers, I think one of the key success factors was really their capability to drive change and the change management. That was really clear since day one. The solution, the concept, the strategy, it's all good, but the execution on rolling out the ideas and rolling out the product was really key. So again, and we congratulate you before, but that was really very important for this project, and you guys did an amazing job. Thank you.
That's great.
And one thing I would add to that is it's really ongoing. So it wasn't just a one-time implementation. We had ongoing conversations with Infor, and we had ongoing conversations with the people on the front line. Because they know a lot. You can learn a lot from them. So it wasn't just like one change. We kept the conversation going to learn from them, and we told them what we were doing. So it was really a symbiotic relationship to make sure we were successful.
Sure. And Annie, you spoke before about extending this first from the contact center to the branches and then to the web and other channels. And at Peppers and Rogers Group, we try to stress the importance of providing customers with consistent experiences across all channels. But can you talk a little bit about how you actually execute on that? How do you make that happen?
Well, actually, part of the software, the solution behind it, you can set rules behind it. So if something happens on one channel, you can either make it trigger something else or suppress something else. And so that was one of our big things is when we put out the web, when financial institutions really started online banking, they thought, oh, well, all the other channels will fall off. This will be the only one. What you realize is that they use all of our channels. And so to have that integration so that they can each kind of leverage their own strength but also learn from each other was really critical.
Well, Anise and Annie, thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Absolutely.
And congratulations once again on your award.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.